Madini Mazimba.
Madini Mazimba.
Madini Mazimba.
Madini Mazimba. I'm back again, and on this episode I'll be sharing with you my views and thoughts on Killer T's latest album titled Mashoko Anopfuura. Now Killer T is definitely one of the biggest dance artists we have in the country. He has proven himself over these years, but he's definitely one of the best, and not on his day he can be untouchable. Now Killer T has a lot of fans, both locally, and even outside the borders of Zimbabwe, and I can say he definitely deserves those fans, because if you look at his discography, especially on his album Ngoma Ndaimba, which really showed everyone, the whole of Zimbo, every Zimbo could not, I am really as good. I am that good. I can be one of the best artists in the country. Now going to this album, I was very much looking forward to, I'm probably going to see that Killer T of the Ngoma Ndaimba, the Killer T akatipana takangodaro. So I was very much looking forward to be listening to this album. And also another thing is that this first quarter of 2018, dancehall music has been quite on a low. There has been no standout project from any artist. Yes, Winky D released Gombe, but Gombe is not really of that top caliber. If you're talking about the groundbreaking albums, Panobuda, that sort of album, unongona even a reaction evano. Even those who are not fans of the artist, this is a well-made project. If you go back, if you look at when Killer T released Ngoma Ndaimba, even those people as a far Killer T vakabvuma on that album, this album rakabigwa, this is a very, very solid album. The same thing also happened when Winky D released the Gaffer Life Kickstep. The majority of those Winky D apera retire. On that album vakabvuma tanwat Gaffer Idara, this guy is definitely a legend, because the album was just that good. And also, not when Freeman released Mangoma Ihobo, they said I know Freeman he just has one style, Freeman apera. On that album, makabvuma is not up at Dr. Babika. So that's what happens, Panobuda, a very groundbreaking album. And Gombe, I don't think it is of that caliber. It definitely fails to reach that level by quite some distance. I was not impressed with that album. And up to now, the only track I listened from Gombe is the track at Perekedzane, Mamu Ese. And I was not impressed with the album as a whole. Now, so, the stage was not set that much high. Winky did not really set the level that much high. So, Killer T, I was just hoping, but I was like, Killer T is releasing an album, then also Freeman is releasing an album in May. I was like, between these two, probably going to get the person who's going to be leading. But then I've been listening to this Killer T album for this past couple of weeks. Like about the last week Friday, and I've been listening to this album, and I have to say, this album, I was not impressed at all. It's quite a disaster, this album. I was quite shocked by some of the tracks that I found here, the quality of some of the tracks, the overall feel of a lot of the tracks on this album, they were just below par, they were just subpar. Most of the tracks on this album, they are just subpar. And over this past week, the album is garnering quite a lot of hype. A lot of people, when someone as big as Killer T releases a new project, there are a lot of people going to go crazy. For every artist, there are those fans who even ukangokosora vanhu vachilaika ukangoita anything varongoya varipo, havana basa nazvo kuti song yachiri kunakidza here. They're just your supporters. They're those blind supporters vagara vashaiki. But after this week, I got to find out with this whole album, yes, it has 15 plus tracks, but truthfully, album rese rakabatwa only 3 tracks. All the other tracks hasunyasosvika that level. They're just below par. Some of the tracks, they even are quite disappointing. And Killer T is one of those guys who has this signature sound. He has his sound that he quite mastered. Killer T, sound as a Killer T in the way he structures his tracks. The type of production, type of instrumental arrangements that he likes on his tracks is just unique to Killer T. And that works for him in quite a lot of ways, but also sometimes just feel as if it's not monotonous. I complained about such a thing from his last album, Vunza Teens, where you can scroll back to my review on that album. But if you listen to this album, don't talk about feeling as if you remember one song, or player most of the tracks, if you play them at the same tempo, and guys shouldn't get one song. And that's also much more evident on this album. Because as I was listening to this album, I got to a moment where I was like, was a song happy number song a new song when it starts playing, and I start scrolling back to song but I would just be feeling good. This song ndakainzwei, and I've actually got my manje. So that feeling, I think, in a way, is kind of pulling Killer T's music down, because you feel as if just recycling the song yatanzwa, just recycling not the previous song yandanzwa. Angakafana naye song andiramboinzwa song ndatoinzwa song ndainzwa. I have listened to this song, but I don't play this album. So now that feeling is just ruining the listening experience for this album. Now I think that's why, in a way, you find out Killer T was on a number of tracks, he was trying to experiment with this sound, and I feel as if he now knows which sound yake vanhu aijaira vanhu akuiziva. So it's nearly getting to that point yekuti inenge yakubowa, so he has to expand, he has to change. If you look at Freeman before mangoma ihobo, Freeman, a lot of people even angabhekana Freeman, even me, I'm a huge Freeman fan, but nangoti not akabudisa song about oh man futi. So because all the tracks, they were just the same, about the same message, the same theme. So basically akangabudisa song about futi rakumana, you will be a big fan, but deep down he has to change somewhere, and he had to refresh, he had to not to reconstruct the way he wants his music to sound, and that really helped me a lot when he released the album Mangoma Ihobo. But it was now refreshing. Freeman changed the sound yake, and he also won back those fans, and I think Killer T is now reaching that stage where he has to refresh, he has to change his music, because it's not really that interesting. You change the album, song is like song number imbere. Yes, song here, not funny song. I got yes, song here. He has to change that. Now, like I said before, this album basically has 3 tracks. Those are the for me, it's more like this album only has 3 tracks. Because all of them they're just subpar. At the level that I was expecting. Now, on those 3 tracks, the first track is Wondo featuring Japreza. Now, this is the leading track for this album. A lot of people, they are enjoying this track, they're talking about this track. And it's one of those tracks, it just shows you what the importance of star power, the importance of a very big name, because this track is one of those tracks that before Yatumbo Buddha, it was going to get a lot of views, because there's Japreza. Japreza is at the top of the music game. So Pese Pango's signature, Panone's featuring Japreza is definitely going to blow up, because there are a lot of people featuring Japreza, and coupling Killer T with these fans in Japreza, this was definitely going to be an explosive track, regardless of where the engage is on later. But at the initial, it was going to get a lot of noise, and it's quite happening on this track. Among all the tracks on this album, this is the track that's getting a lot of views, a lot of attention from a lot of people. Now, besides the fact that these guys have star power, this track also, the theme is quite very, very good. They're talking about Wondo, Wondo, and this is a theme, a message that can be applied to a lot of circumstances. You can apply it in your family, the society, the country as a whole, Africa as a whole. Not as Africans, somehow, we'll be fighting each and everyone. You fight them. This person told this, you fight them. We're just fighting amongst ourselves. So we definitely need to remove that unity material. That pulling down syndrome. Even when he's saying a point, we just tackle that person down to we have to remove that within us. So the track, in terms of the theme is very, very much good. And some is saying, this track Japreza was aiming it and Murizo. Looking at the context of the track, it definitely does apply when he's saying that. So he's basically saying, I offered a hand to help you, but now noise. So it can definitely apply to that situation, but regardless, like I said, it can be applied to a lot of situations. So if Japreza was definitely aiming this track at and Murizo, he masked it very, very cleverly, because it's more like the theme. It can apply to a lot of circumstances. So as make sense, but regardless, the track sounding well. But in terms of the production, I'm not really that much big a fan of the production. This is more like something taken from a Japreza album rather than a Killer T album. Everything about this track just Japreza. The vocal performance is Japreza, had the best vocal performance. And even if you go on the comment section on YouTube on Pesa Upload with that track, you see a lot of people are commenting Japreza instead of Killer T. So this is basically one of those tracks that Ziganwa as that song Japreza and a Killer T, instead of that Killer T track which features Japreza. Is definitely going to happen if it is not happening already. But regardless, the theme of this track is on point, and that is the reason why I chose it among the 3 tracks that are basically on this album. Now the second track is the track Mashoko Anopfuura, which is the title track of the album. Now the statement in itself, Mashoko Anopfuura, is a very powerful statement. I think Killer T did a good job in selecting that statement. Was not Rakawanda just on its own. Pasat Pambo edit or anything who wants Mashoko Anopfuura, it says a lot. And the track is definitely an amazing track. I enjoyed listening to this track. This is the Killer T wakudhara. Killer T akaita on hobo. Not vapenge naye. Those that Killer T akati pangoma ndaimba. The structure of the track is similar to a lot of his tracks. Like I said, that is the signature Killer T kind of sound. But on this instance, it definitely works. And the theme and everything, it just comes together. And this is a very good track. And it just shows a glimpse of Killer T ada. He can deliver to this certain level. Now, the last track among the three tracks is the track Kufamba Kwa Paulos. Now, if there was no Japanese on the track, I might very much believe Kufamba Kwa Paulos was going to be the leading track on this whole album. Now, the production is done very well. And on this track, they just took a verse, that popular Mapostori song that we all know and love, Gudara. A few instruments, a few structural adjustments, and that was it. And the track, they did not ruin the whole track. So, the magic of the original track is still exists on this track, and not added with the vocals of Killer T or Skid on the production. Now the track is just quite a very good track. And so the overall production of this album, as you've seen, I was not impressed with this album at all. Only those three tracks, no matter track and that track here, Japreza. I know every person of Japreza is going to be big, but then if you look at the trend, you see after a month or somewhere. When I know what to hang on about that track, like how many used to remember Japreza is a song na Jakiwa. Like Wamonyima to hang on song na Jakiwa, but Peka Buddha it made a lot of noise. So that may also happen to this track Wondo. So it's not one of those tracks that we don't have Zembera because Panoska maybe Kuna Juno. Chinta to Kangano would be now going crazy over Japreza's latest collaboration as we go on. So that track is going to suffer that superstar, that overhyped kind of syndrome ya face it noise, then also realize this song is not really as good as we thought. Then also we see I'm overrating for this album. The album is poor. I was not impressed at all with this whole album. He still needs to put a lot of work. I think Killer T, he definitely can do much better than this. So for those who've managed, I know a lot of you have managed to listen to this album. So go in the comment section, tell me what you think about this album. What rating would you give to this album? After that, come back, like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you again next time.